Alright, so for today's video, I decided to start a little series on my channel for February. So every Wednesday, I'm going to be uploading a video, hopefully, with the theme of organization. So kind of like getting your life organized. I just feel like getting organized is really, really important, and I feel like, you know, February is that time where some people are starting to fall off their New Year's resolutions. Maybe this will kind of like kickstart you back into trying to reach your goals, or maybe you just want to start getting goals, start to get organized. So that's what these videos are going to be about, and today's video in specific is going to be about organizing your schedule, because I feel like organizing a schedule and setting your goals out for the day is one of the best ways to start reaching your goals and getting stuff done. I'm going to start with kind of like the big picture, and the big picture can be like your month, your year, yada yada yada. So I'm going to talk about two different platforms. You either can use your technology, or you can use a planner. So I'll start with the planner. Basically, the planners I like to get is planners that have a full month calendar and then also a individual days. So as you can see, this is what a whole month looks like in my planner. And each day in different colors, each day I wrote something down that I had a commitment that I've already made. So it's kind of like you can lay out your whole month ahead of you and see what you got going on. So in blue, I would write down the days I work. I wrote down when bills were due. I wrote down when my books needed to be ordered. And just like I have like a dinner with my uncle planned. So if you have anything big that's planned, it's really, really nice to just be able to look through. And sometimes, you know, my boss would be like, hey, can you work on Friday? And I would just flip to this and be like, oh, actually, you know, I've already made plans, you know, with a friend or something. It's just a really good way to keep organized. And I mean, color coding is really important, I think, and it's a good way to just glance. You know what that day is. Sometimes you don't even have to read, you just know you work that day. So also, there are a ton of iPad apps for this function. Currently, I am using just the typical calendar day. I just wrote down every day that I work in red. I wrote down every day that I wanted to work out in green. And I've started writing down every day that I wanted to film in purple, and it's just a good way to, again, have your schedule in one place. And the really, really good thing about Icalander is if you are using your calendar on your iPad, it also syncs to your phone. So it's kind of like your schedule is always with you. I mean, you could have the conveniency of seeing it in a bigger picture, but also having it always with you, which is really, really convenient. During the school year, I mean, I'm constantly carrying this around. This is like my Bible, but right now I still have commitments, but I'm not this crazy. I don't have to write homework down and when homework's due and stuff. So. And also, the minute you know you're going to have to do something, write it down right away, because then you don't have to think about it. It's really, really important to stay on top of things. If you know something's due, write it down and make sure you get it done. Make sure, yeah, you can write all this down in the month, but if you never look at it, then what's the point? Which is why it's really important that you're using something that you know is going to work for you. Sometimes people think to themselves, yeah, I'm going to write this down all in my iPad, but if you never really use your iPad, then what's the point? You really got to think what's the best platform for you. I'm going to kind of talk about your schedule on a smaller basis, like your day. So what are your goals for the day, and what do you need to accomplish that day? The number one thing I kind of want to point out about your day is set goals for that day and what you want to get done. And yeah, you probably have a million things you want to get done that day. Everyone does. But I think it's important to have at least 3 things that you're putting on the top of your list that you want to get done. Because sometimes writing a huge list, it's just unrealistic and you're kind of setting yourself up to fail. But if you have 3 goals you know are realistic and you know you want to get done, you can get them done, and if you get all the other stuff done, great, but you know that you want to get those 3 things done. So you know you have a paper due, you know you want to work out, and you know you have work. Just write those 3 things down, and then any other little thing, like you want to clean the cat litter, you want to make your bed, you want to paint your nails, you know, just like little goals like that, put them on the list, but make sure you know it's fine if I don't get them done. It's important that each day you kind of have things you wrote down that you need to get done, what's important. Sometimes I would star what's important. So just write little goals down in the individual day that you want to get done. You can plan out your whole week on things, you know, Friday I want to study, Thursday I need to make sure I do my exam. It's just a good way to spread out everything so you're not always clouding each day with a million different things you need to get done. And then as for the iPad, a good way is there's a thing called Wunderlist, and you can literally just make a goals for the day list and then just write down everything you want to get done. It's that simple. It's just a little list, check when you're done, and it goes away and you did it. You know, that's a really, really good idea to just write down your goals, even if it's on a little post-it note that you're carrying with you on your phone in a notes thing. And most of the apps sync between your electronics, so if you have it on here, you have it on here, you might look at it more often. I know I talked about this app before in my school app, my school getting organized for school video, which had nothing to do with the series, but I really enjoyed making that video, so if you want to see that, I'll link that below. But basically, what is it called? The app is called 30/30, and basically you write down the things you want to get done and you set yourself a time limit to do them. So if you know, like, okay, I literally am going to spend only an hour watching YouTube, that's it, that's all I'm going to give myself for this day, or I need to study for 2 hours and I'd like to clean the house for an hour. You can write down all those goals, and you can set it for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 20 minutes, and it'll kind of start counting down for you. So let's just say you're like, oh crap, this is taking longer than expected. You can add time, or you're like, hey, I finished early, you can minus time. But it's a really good way to kind of keep you in check. I just think it's kind of a fun way to time yourself on what you're doing. And also, you'll be able to see how long it actually takes you to get certain tasks done. So maybe you're like, oh, I only need 20 minutes to clean, and then you realize, no, I actually take an hour to clean the house. It's that bad. I think that those are just some simple ways to start getting organized, to start reaching your goals, and to start being stress-free, because when you know you have one spot where everything is, you know your schedule, you know what you need to get done during the day, I think it makes life a lot easier. And I hope you guys kind of enjoy this series. If you have anything else you want me to add into a video, maybe you need help organizing something else in your life, then go ahead and leave a comment below. Hopefully I'll be able to make that video, but I do have plans for every other Wednesday of the month for organizing. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want updates on when I upload new videos, then please subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!